Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we discussed about the ground tissue. After the ground tissue, we will discuss about the ground tissue again. Then we will enter into the today's topic. Okay. So, what is ground tissue here? What is ground tissue? The tissue which is present inside the stem. The tissue which is present inside the stem is called as ground tissue. Yes or no? The tissue which is present inside the stem is called ground tissue. So when come to the case of ground tissue, the structure of the cells is looks like a bulky one. The structure of the cells in the ground tissue looks like a bulky one. So they are used to store the food. Yes or no? They are useful in the storage of food and also provide some kind of physical support to the plant body. They also provide some kind of physical support to the plant body. So generally the ground tissue is three types. One is parenchyma, second one is collenchyma, and the third one is sclerenchyma. First one is parenchyma, second one is collenchyma, and the third one is sclerenchyma. So we will discuss one with each other. First of all, parenchyma. So the cells of the parenchyma are soft, thin-walled, and loosely packed. When observe the diagram, the cells of the parenchyma are soft, thin-walled, and loosely packed. The cells of the parenchyma are soft, thin-walled, and loosely packed. So the parenchyma which contains chloroplast is called as collenchyma. The second one is collenchyma. What is special here? The parenchyma which is contains some kind of chloroplast is called as collenchyma. And the third one is the parenchyma which contains larger air cavities. The parenchyma which contains larger air cavities is called as aerenchyma. The parenchyma which contains larger air cavities is called as aerenchyma. The parenchyma which stores water or food or waste material is called as storage tissue. The collenchyma tissues have thicker walled, longer cells compared to the parenchyma. When compare these two, first one is parenchyma, second one is collenchyma. When compare these two things, the walls of the collenchyma, are thicker than the parenchyma. In the sclerenchyma, the cells are thick walled and compactly arranged with nearly no spaces between them. Just observe the three diagram there. First one is parenchyma, second one is collenchyma, third one is sclerenchyma. First one parenchyma. They just look like simple and there is some space between those cells. When come to the collenchyma, the cells in the collenchyma are thick walled and sclerenchyma also thick walled, but there is no space between them. So as like that only, just observe the diagrams in the activity 9 there. That is called as chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma means the tissue which contains chloroplast. It's a kind of parenchyma. In the parenchyma, if the parenchyma contains chloroplast, green material is called as chlorenchyma, not collenchyma, chlorenchyma. And if the parenchyma contains larger air cavities, then it is called as aerenchyma. The second one, aerenchyma. If the parenchyma stores the food, water, or waste materials, then it is called as storage tissue. This is about the ground tissue. And the last topic in this lesson is vascular tissue. From this with this topic, we will complete this lesson, and from the next week onwards, we will continue to the next one. The last topic is vascular tissue. So we know that in the plant body, the roots can absorb water. The leaves of the plants can prepare food. Yes or no? The roots can absorb water, and the leaves of the plants can prepare food. But after the absorption of water, roots need to supply that water to the other parts of the body. Roots need to supply water to that water to the other parts of the body. As like that only, after the production of food, after preparing of food, the leaves also need to transport that food to the different parts of the plant body. In the 7th class, there is a chapter called nutrition. Okay, plant nutrition. In that, we discuss about how water can be absorbed by the roots and how the leaves also can prepare food, yes or no? So okay, and what are the tissues helpful in these cases? So those means those have some kind of special arrangements and some kind of special type of cells. And the look at the diagram of the face of stem there. The red part is called as xylem. The red part is called as xylem, and the below the red part there is a dark colored black part is called as phloem. Okay, so the xylem means the root can absorb the water and it needs to transport the water to other parts of the body. The tissue helpful in that case is called as xylem. So xylem means it transports water from roots to the other parts of the plant body. It transports water from roots to the other parts of the plant body. So okay, I mean it is a transport, it is a transport tissue. It is a transport tissue. As like that only phloem. It also a kind of transport material which transports food, I mean glucose from leaves to the other parts of the plant body. Other parts of the plant body. These two are conducting material, conducting tissues. Conducting means these are transporting tissues. That's why only these are called as vascular tissues. These are called as vascular tissues. And in some cases, the xylem and phloem comes together and looks like a bundle. That bundles are called as vascular bundles. Just look at the case of stem diagram there. The xylem and phloem are comes together and forms a bundles like structure there. That bundle is called as vascular bundle. Vascular bundle. So besides of the transportation, the vascular tissues also give some kind of mechanical support to the plants. Besides of the transportation, the xylem tissue, the xylem and phloem also gives some kind of mechanical support to the plants. So inside the xylem tissue, xylem contains some elongated tracheid cells. Some elongated tracheid cells. Elongated means a long cells are called as tracheid cells, tubular vessels, fibers, and parenchyma. The contents which are present inside the xylem tissue are tracheid cells, tubular vessels, fibers, and parenchyma. Okay. Phloem contains long sieve cells and sieve tubes, companion cells, fibers, and parenchyma. Inside the phloem also there are some contents which are called as sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, fibers, and parenchyma. So what is the importance of these vascular tissue means they can transport the materials from great height of the plants. Okay, in the eucalyptus plants which are located in the England. Okay, so they carry the water or food up to the 200 feet in the eucalyptus plants. Eucalyptus plants means they are very large trees. Okay, in that large trees also the phloem and xylem can transport the materials up to 200 feet. And at the same time we know that redwood trees, redwood trees. Okay, in the redwood trees also they carry they transport the materials up to 330 feet. 330 feet. So in the xylem there are some cells are there like tracheid cells, tubular vessels, fibers, parenchyma. Each and every cell, each and every component has some specific function, some specific use. As like that only in the phloem also we have sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, fibers, parenchyma. Here also they have different functions in the plant body. This is about the second lesson. Okay, so by today we complete this one. Just complete the CW as as we discussed earlier, and also I will give some instructions how to write CW. Okay, complete the CW as soon as possible. Thank you one and all.